Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Brony Show. I am your host, here to crawl myself up to the desk to bring you the latest in the Brony community for this week. I am Circuit Main, and I am really tired, but we'll get into that in just a moment here. Let's go ahead and introduce the panelists that we do have that were able to show up for the moment. We do have DM21.
It's cold out. I stay outside. I should have done better.
Tokoi,
I survived!
and Textalion.
Hey.
We should also be joined by Suki a little bit later. Unfortunately, they're indisposed at the moment due to personal obligations, but they said they should be back later on. So today is going to be a bit of a relaxer because this weekend that just barely finished up as of yesterday. The weekend ended yesterday, so obviously that was really recent. I'm tired. I am so tired. We did Ponies Online, and boy, we had a blast. We ran a couple of panels. I was part of other panels, and I also had a lot of other things going on at the same time. So I will admit I probably didn't get as much sleep as I should. I also, a little bit on the rundown side of things, and I'm a little bit worn out and tired, but I'm holding out the best I can, and we're going to take things a little bit easy this time. So, for the show today, we're going to be going back to Roblox, because I wanted to follow up a little bit with our April Fool's joke that we had last week. For those of you who weren't in the Discord, we did a small little joking thing on Discord. We basically changed it all up to wild mains for fun. Of course, that went away the next day, but I remembered that that there is a Roblox server, an official Roblox server for wild mains. And I figured, well, it has been around for a bit longer, and it's kind of very slowly, weirdly, creepily, kind of digging it into the pony community a little bit. We're seeing some wild mains art a little bit here and there, and it's kind of got the same like light love and light vibe as like comic readers in the community, or maybe pony life watchers in the community. So it's not like huge, but it's got a little bit of a following. So I figured that this would be a perfect and good time to basically do a brain dead thing and check out the Roblox server while we have some brain dead time. Of course, before we do all of that, though, we warm up our vocal cords. We get ourselves going with talking a little bit about us and ourselves and what's been going on with us. Get everybody else a chance to get on the soapbox, as it were, and talk about themselves, what's been going on. And of course, we do that with a big, wonderful, heaping, helping, double dosage of wub. So, I would like to ask all of you, as I do every week, what's up, bronies?
Didn't wake up till noon. Had to see the tail end of the charity auction. Otherwise, I spent the day just going over stuff for not a full-on cooldown, but a thing of, okay, what are we doing next year? You don't have to worry about it now, but what is the current plan?
Yep, now you got a full 365 days to plan, and it's usually not enough time.
Yeah, especially whenever you announce the theme for next year being tabletop RPG, and going, okay, how do we convey the vast majority of that in just a small amount of time?
Dice rolls.
No, dice rolls are given. And there is so much on the tabletop gaming, it's amazing and crazy.
Speaking of which, how did the charity auction go?
I can go on my tablet since I'm connected to the Ponies Online account, but we had several items. It was good. I'll do some quick mental math on that, but I'll give you my rough estimate. It's not final
Hmm.
when I get to it.
Well, you don't have to give
Because
actual numbers like it was good, was it bad, was it okay? Did you meet hopeful expectations, things like that?
given last I checked, we had like 12 submitted items and a few from the same one.
Hmm.
And yeah, it probably did well. Let's see.
Ca
Uh, Checking.
all right. Well, really quick to Chaos Sakai there. We basically did the changes to the server immediately after I wrapped up the coffee house after party. So, depending on your time zone, it was either an hour after midnight or maybe even just before midnight, depending. But the changes were still on the server for over a day because the next day I was both busy and tired, so I didn't change anything back until the next day afterwards. So it was there for over 24 hours. I'm not gonna lie there.
Okay, so just going over the individual items, the
Mm-hmm.
highest we got was $99. That's not the total, but that is the highest.
That's not so bad.
Yep.
That's pretty
It's for
decent.
charity, so it really doesn't matter.
Yep. Every little bit helps. It's always nice. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get a little bit further into this. I think I'll jump into a little bit of what's up, Brony, going on with me. So, at this moment, Ponies Online has finished. We, of course, did 2 panels, which was a good time. We'll probably talk a little bit about that when we get into the show news itself here for a little bit, which is just after this. But as for personal shenanigans afterwards, now that those obligations are done and over with, I'm getting myself collected to take care of BabsCon, which is of course the big thing. So the BabsCon, I have Plan A is all set up. I just need to get fabric markers. Plan B is currently in printing production. I should have hopefully my package of materials here in the next few days. And the mead I have been producing has been gone into secondary and nothing has exploded or gone rancid, which honestly is a concern. It's a rare concern, but it's a concern. But everything went through. Everything has gone well. I am going to be back sweetening it tomorrow to give it at least a little bit of time and then bottling it all up literally the day prior to us driving out. And also, I have some shenanigans still planned that I'm going to be posting around for BabsCon. And despite the unfortunate events that have occurred, it does sound like the rest of BabsCon is still going to go off without a hitch. I did learn a lot about how BabsCon, how the background of BabsCon, and how they were actually trying to fix things in regards to their reputation for this last session, which unfortunately was not exactly a too late thing, but they just didn't have enough time to really bandage things properly, which is kind of why we had such a bad fallout, but also why nothing else has fallen out, if you want to believe it. Let's just say things are got complicated, and it sucks. But things are still good, which is good. And there are still a lot of people eager and hopeful for Babs, so we're going to just take it and give it the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty much all we ever can do, and I'm ready for that. But then, of course, after that, I'm probably not going to do anything for a week. Because I'm just going to be ready to just lie down and just rest for a bit. Because there's been so much prep work and getting everything done on top of everything else happening. Probably one of the big things is I'm basically going to be. I'm going to have the Casa de Brony show all to myself here by middle of May. Which is going to be wild. I'm kind of excited for that. But yeah, I still got to prepare for that too. Which also unfortunately means that my budget for shenaniganry is going to be much less. So, yeah, Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do as much stupid shenanigans, but maybe that's okay. I could still do things, just can't do all of the things, you know?
That's all right.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's my what's up, Brony going on right now. Anybody else have any other wubs that they want to throw out there?
Other than the great weekend I had with you guys today, or earlier this evening, I had an upset stomach for some reason, and I wasn't feeling quite right. So that's why I wasn't at the pre-show this time.
Hmm.
It's fine for the time being, but I have to keep my guard up because it's not subsided quite yet.
Start. Hopefully, you start feeling better soon, man.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have any other quick what's up, Brony, that they want to throw out there? All right, I'd say that is our cue to get started here. Let's start off with talking about the Brony show itself here because we actually do have something to talk about. So, as mentioned, okay, it's thoughts on the Switch 2. Not exactly a gaming podcast, but I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I'm not going to be buying one anytime soon.
Neither will I.
Notwithstanding, I am going to be having budget issues for a long while, for a while at least. So, I may not be able to swing it for a while. Things have gotten more complicated along with that, and just it feels like there's a lot that is going on that they're either not telling us or is not an improvement of things. And honestly, I'm getting like early. What?
Like the Wii U was.
I'm kind of getting like Wii U or 3DS vibes out of this. It just feels like a massive step back in a lot of cases. So I'm probably going to be I'm focusing on the gaming library I already have, which is beyond extensive. I could probably play a new game a day and never have to go back to another one for at least a year, if not longer. It's crazy. My library is completely insane. So I'm not worried about it. I have no compulsion or need to get a hold of it, and there's really nothing major out there. I mean, the Bravely Default I hope comes to other consoles. It would be terrible if it was stuck on the Switch too, but for the moment, I just don't have any real reason to go after it, and it's not appealing to me in any way. That's pretty much it. If you want to buy one, go for it. I'm not going to tell anybody boo or no on that one. That's just my personal thoughts and opinions on it, really. Yeah, getting back on track here. So, for the Brony Show, we did 2 panels over in Ponies Online. We did a fun little trivia panel that was hosted by Coldust. It actually went really, really well. We had a lot of people participating in it, and the chat room was losing their minds because Coldust started him off easy and then immediately plunged him into what the hell is going on. I don't think a single person got everything right in that trivia. There were wrong answers. Granted, but funny, at the end of it all, there were 2 first placers, which was still funny.
One of which being CMC, which is even funnier.
Yeah. And apparently everybody had a blast. I think Coldust is still going to try to do one more thing with the trivia that thing he has because he bought a license for a month. And unfortunately, due to Babs, I'm not going to be able to host the show in a couple of weeks because I'll probably be either on my way home or immediately collapsing onto bed when I get home. Either way, I'm going to be worn out, so we're probably going to end up, it's going to be a Coldust show in a couple of weeks. And along with that, the other panel we did was the Super Background Ponies, which a lot of people did enjoy. We had a lot of commenting going on in the chat rooms as well with the Super Background Ponies, and I barely managed to fit just the right amount of ponies to the right amount of time. But granted, I did overblow a little bit on talking about some of them, but we barely fit everything together without having to fluff anything or without having to scramble. Which I call that an absolute win for a first time doing a panel like that in a very long time. So yeah, we had a great time at Ponies Online. I was also part of the guests of honor Cards Against Humanity group. I even got a point. I got a single point, which honestly, that's all I wanted to go for. I doubt I was going to win anything, but I wanted a point, and I got a point. And I was also part of the Whose Line Is It Anyway panel that was hosted by Derps. Apparently, I did really well. Some people were losing their minds. I didn't. I just kind of let myself go at it. It was exhausting. I was really exhausted after that, especially since I did not sleep very long that night prior, and I was working off of coffee and hopes and dreams. But I think that was a good mix. So yeah, Ponies Online went really well for us for when we had our panels or little events going on. It was definitely a fun time, and we'll probably be looking forward to doing more shenanigans the next time.
I'm always welcome to have you back, Circuit.
And yeah, Mario Kart World looks fun. I just don't like the fact that it's $80 digitally. I'm gonna walk that one away. That's part of my.
More over here.
Or it's also $90 if you want a physical, and I'm a physical copy person. I like physical copies. So, yeah, eyebrow raising all around for me. Well, that's again, sorry, that's getting way off track here. So, now that we got all that out of the way, anybody else? Well, that was shown news. I don't think we have anything else for the moment outside of the fact that we will not have a normal show in a couple weeks. Once again, I'll be coming back from BabsCon, and that means Coal Dust is going to hopefully take over to take care of things for me while I'm out. So be prepared for that. So, who's ready for the news, or what news we do have?
Let's boogie.
All right, let's start off with the convention chart here. Of course, as mentioned, once more, we're going to just mention one more time here, BabsCon is coming up in a week and a half. I got 1 week to prepare, which it's 1 week to just rest, and then a few days to get myself together and get over to BabsCon and have a great big shenanigan-filled shenanigan-y time. Did I mention the shenanigans? But yes, we're going to have a big old time there. We're ready to have as much fun as possible. We're going to do our best to enjoy it. And don't worry, we will be getting into what's going on in regards to the Mayhem concert here in a little bit before BabsCon. But after that's over, you also haven't mentioned here Peekaboo's Mayhem, which is going to be the concert right after BabsCon, officially taking place in the Fox Theater. In lieu of musicians doing the entire weekend on Fridays and Saturdays, there's going to be one big concert on Sunday. But we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later on. A couple weeks after that, if you were across the pond, we have Griffish Isles, which will be over in Manchester, UK. Looks like a good fun time. So hope those of you who are in England are able to check it out. Then a few weeks after that, if you still like the music scene but you don't have a chance to enjoy the Mayhem concert, we do have the Something Social concert that is going to be happening near the end of May. And of course, we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get closer and closer to it, which is rapidly approaching. But we're not quite there yet. And then, yes, the con schedule for all across the globe is very much in full swing here. So yeah, we'll be coming more and more back to this as time progresses. Okay. Let's see. So, getting myself all straightened up here. Let's start off with actually something really cool. So, 10 years ago, or around this point, I think we might have passed the mark already, but it's been close to 10 years at this point. We're past 10 years, but 10 years. A music video came out on YouTube starring Sunset Shimmer called My Past Is Not Today, which apparently resonated with a lot of the Brony community. And it was a good song, and yeah, I could see why it would resonate with a lot. And considering that it was the 10-year anniversary, it looks like a lot of the Brony community decided to band together to do something truly epic for this 10-year anniversary. In this case, over about 340 different artists came together to create a celebration of Sunset Shimmer in art forms.
Aww.
A website called mypastisnot.today with all of these artists, every single one of them, and you click on any of these, you can see the amazing work that they have made to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the song, and basically a celebration of Bacon Hair, Sunset Shimmer all together. Which,
that's heartwarming.
It's heartwarming, and it is absolutely wild. Sorry. That was... But yeah, you could spend several hours going through all of this. There are so many art styles, just so much, so much. It is wild to see. And I literally stumbled across this by complete accident, but I'm so happy I did, because yeah, this was something I'm glad I did. It also means I really need to get my fingers more into the Brony community in other ways, because I don't want to miss things like this. This is awesome. So yeah, if you want to have a good time, or you want to see something a little sussy, it's terrible. But yeah, this is going to be in our show notes here, or if you want to, again, it's mypastisnot.today. That is literally the website. And it is an awesome, amazing display of artistic prowess and getting it all together. The only thing about this is I don't think that this is going to be around forever, so I would highly recommend checking it out as soon as you can. I would hope that would be around forever, but you never know.
Hey, Suki.
And Suki's just in time. Hi, Suki. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good. Glad to have you.
Yep. Also, just real quick, sorry. As an aside from the news, I have to point this out. I literally go into our private group chat that we all have. I say, I have to go get roommates soon. Gonna be skipping pre-show and we'll be late to the main. Very next message, at me, the shot of Jackbox from the pre-show.
No. The reason that was there is because I figured you would get a laugh at the name that the code that they had for that room, and that you missed the opportunity to enjoy it.
Okay. Sorry, it was just that. Sorry, it's just like with no message, like nothing typed next to that. I'm thinking, what the fuck, man?
No, I realized I probably should have said something, but I figured you might get the hit. You might get it when you saw the room code. I am so sorry.
I was like, yeah, that's funny, but no, I'm not able to join. What?
No, I get it. It's just because it's funny. It was just because it's funny, and an unfortunate thing that you would have immediately ran with, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
So, yep, that was the Sunset Shimmer special. Now here's something really special. Another Tamers animation has popped up. This one, My Little Pony Twilight Sparkle fights a clown. And yep, of course, once again, this is a YouTube only
We go
embed.
hand in hand.
Actually, this was really weird because it wasn't a YouTube embed when I initially put this in the notes, but I guess they decided, nope, YouTube embed right after that. So yeah, Twilight Sparkle fights a clown. It has the same thing of all Tamers, where the animation is mixed at best. Sometimes really good, sometimes really bad. The story is really weird. It's going to have a lot of humor you may not appreciate. All that. Oh God.
Oh,
Just be ready, because this is basically early 2000s internet humor in its show in a nutshell. You know what you're getting into at this point, if you don't already know. But just letting people know that it is out there and available for viewing. Isn't that special? Alright, on to the comics now. A 2-page preview of the next, and I honestly can't say if it's the last or not, because there hasn't been any other comics announced yet after this. My Little Pony G5 Comics, the Tournament of Mysteries. But yeah, this is the latest one. They got an Oh My World.
whoa, that art style.
That is definitely something else. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, I definitely haven't seen that before. The big mouth thing is a little weird, but I mean, it is actually really interesting. Let's see. So yeah, it's definitely got a very unique art style, which is going to help it stand out quite a lot compared to the other art styles I've seen. Why does everybody have a giant open mouth? I think that's the one thing that's driving me the most berserk.
The only normalish mouth is from Hitch.
Well, yeah, it kind of from Hitch, and you got some ponies with shut mouths in the background, but it also looks like they're bald too, so I don't know what's going on. Actually, it looks like anybody who isn't part of the main 6 here doesn't have hair. So this is wild. Okay.
Are we being visited by aliens?
I think these are the aliens. I don't know what to think. It's hilarious though. Really check it out. This looks fun. I am going to be getting the comic too, so you know, I can't say much more. That's just wild to look at. All right, next, another radio play has come out for those of you who like to listen to radio plays. It looks like this is the start of a brand new series, or maybe not, because it's a April Fool's special for 2025 called Dimensions in Time. Or Mulligan, or I have no idea what's going on anymore. What is this? Peter, what is this? Okay, it's called, it's just called Dimensions in Time. I don't know why I keep saying Mulligan, but it is their April Fool's special, so it's probably something stupid and silly, and you can have fun with it. So, if you listen to listening to radio plays, enjoy it. So with my compliments. And now, who's ready for the should be? It kind of weird that it happened on April Fool's, but it's real news. Well, we're gonna do it anyway.
What's Buggy?
The My Little Pony G4 episodes have officially disappeared from Netflix in full. Equestria Girls, Friendship is Magic, the birthday special, the whole shebang, all of it is now gone. So it looks like when we reported that it may be leaving Netflix, it was only for a short amount of time that it hadn't, but now it is officially and completely and utterly gone. However, it should be heavily mentioned that you can see all of the episodes that you want for free on the official Friendship is Magic YouTube. It looks like a lot of the episodes, if not all of the episodes, have been uploaded there, so you can enjoy them to your heart's content. And hopefully they are all good quality too. Looks like they're fairly well labeled, and yeah, I think you can enjoy the seasons as they are and really get in touch with all of them. So yeah, you still have plenty of places to see ponies, even though you don't have it on Netflix anymore. Then again, it means you don't have to pay for Netflix anymore. But if you really want to put it on a streaming source too, if YouTube isn't your bag, I did see a bunch of the episodes are also on Plex, which is really really weird to see. But yeah, they have them. They just for some odd reason started at season 3, so 3 through 9 are on Plex, and a lot of Equestria Girls. I cannot explain that at all. So, yep, ponies are off of Netflix. They are on YouTube, though, so you can still enjoy them as much as you can, as much as you want. And next I'm going to jump into this one, and then we'll jump into Mayhem here. Jumbo-sized plushies are incoming from Symbiote. We had some really awesome. They've had some really awesome plushies coming out, and now they're going to it looks like not just double, but triple the size. But yeah, they actually mentioned that they wanted to see about doing some giant plushies, and it looks like we are about to see that come to fruition. A Rainbow Dash has been shown off. There hasn't been any report when they're going to be coming out, what the price points will be, or anything like that. But yeah, if you wanted to have a big official pony plushie, looks like Symbiote is going to be coming to fit that bill, and you won't have to pay hundreds of dollars. Hopefully. I say that with a massive grain of salt at this point. But yes, jumbo plushies are coming. Now let's get into BabsCon. For those of you who are going to BabsCon or know people that are going to BabsCon and you're trying to keep up to date with the interesting events that are unfolding so far with music, the Mayhem concert, as mentioned, is going to be at a new venue. Unfortunately, Friday and Saturday are no longer going to be having music. However, they are going to be doing a special musical event with all of the musicians that they could get, because unfortunately some of them wouldn't be able to stay for Mayhem on Sunday evening after BabsCon closes. The doors will be opening at about 4 to 4:30. I think the concert itself starts around 5, and they do not plan to stop until 2 in the morning. Now, honestly, this is a lot of mixed feelings here. I think that's really cool. The only problem is I don't think I would be able to survive if I went to a concert until 2 in the morning. The good news is that they are streaming this. They are going to be streaming this. It's going to be on Ponytown. It's going to be on Twitch. So even if you aren't able to go to BabsCon, you can still attend the Mayhem concert. This is completely free. You do have to buy a ticket, quote unquote, but the tickets are free, or you can donate whatever you want for the ticket. But yeah, it is a ticketed event, which is kind of makes it interesting that it's ticketed but it's free. And it looks like they are also going to be offering a shuttle service, which is really, really cool for those who can't afford Ubers or Lyfts or have friends that can drive them back and forth. Of course, I do have to give caution to people that are going to be taking the shuttles. It looks like they're going to be starting early in the afternoon and continuing to go until about 4:40 when it's close to doors opening. And the shuttles will not be heading back to the Hyatt until about 2 a.m. So you will be there for the long haul. Which, you're hopefully, for those that are going to be going to Mayhem, they want to be there for everything. Or at least if they're using the shuttle service. Of course, they are being nice about this and advising different ways to go, where you can take Ubers and Lyfts for about $20. There is ways of walking if you want to walk instead. Looks like it's oh wow, it's really 20 to 30 minute walk. That is not bad at all. But they also mentioned bus routes as well if you want to try taking local buses. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. It's a partway thing. I misread this. So it's part 1, 2, and 3, where you gotta walk. Where you gotta walk about 20 minutes or take a bus. Then you take a train, and then you know what? Just take a Lyft or an Uber. Save yourself some grief. This is such a roundabout way. I think it's almost as much. It'd be cheaper just to take the Uber. Of course, yeah, that's an each way thing. So I don't know. So they are doing what they can to address transport, and they also have affirmed that they are going to be selling merchandise for the musicians and everything in the upper lobby, along with having the entire concert. And they are trying to address everything from drinking to water to even a down room for fursuiters that are also going to be possibly attending. So it sounds like a lot of people are going to be attending, or at least a lot of people are expressing interest. They are doing everything they can to address everybody's needs and hopes and desires with the concert.
And dreams.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So yeah, there's a lot of planning going on for this. Hopefully it does go well. But yeah, that is currently the situation in regards to Mayhem. And at this moment, I can't be 100% certain if I'm going to be going, or if I do go, if it'll be just maybe for a little bit. My only concern is that I am going to be well, not me personally, but I am going to be with people driving home in the early morning the next day. So basically being at a concert till 2 in the morning doesn't exactly sound like the brightest move for me. But at the same time, who knows? I'll probably kind of play it by ear. So anyway, that is what's going on with Mayhem. If you do want to get more information, they do have a Discord server. I would check the show notes for that information. I do believe that the Discord server should be in one of the things for the show notes in regards to the music venue and things like that. But yeah, I highly recommend going to the Discord server if you want to get more info or ask questions or anything else like that. And now, with all of that out of the way, who's ready to talk about content creation?
Let's boogie.
Sweet. So, of course, we have, for content creation, we have our weekly challenge, where we give a wonderful prompt chosen by you, our wonderful viewing audience. And it's pretty simple. We just ask you to give us one thing. It could be whatever you want it to be. We just ask that you make it PG-13. And then we allow for everybody who wants to participate, whether art, music, drawing, arithmetic, science, social studies, baking a cake, or expressive interpretive dance. However you express creative talent. Because a challenge should not be just for one type of talent, for one type of expression. It should be for whatever you want it to be. At least that's my opinion on it. But in any case, our challenge for this week, by random polling by all of you, was destroy them with lasers. But we also had a protest initiative challenge.
It's true. The Protest Initiative challenge this week is The Brony Show, 621, Roblox and Wild Wait.
I can't tell if he was messing with us or not.
Not both.
I'm just confused about these expressive maths, as well as the fact that Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash are putting Garland on this tree in different directions.
Honestly,
Where?
From top down and bottom up.
I honestly couldn't tell you either. I honestly like
Oh.
this though. It's fun.
That's right, it's gum. Gum. With a G.
It is gum.
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 Mm.
Gum. So this is gonna be interesting. Before I show my art, the art that I did here, I'm going a different approach for a while because of something that happened when I was doing my laundry. When I was right after I finished my Let's Play after the Ponies Online, which is part and parcel why I was so stupidly exhausted after yesterday.
Did you wash a pair of pants with some crayons in the pocket?
No, but that is a fun thought, isn't it? No, I was just doing some light sketching for fun. I wasn't trying any. I decided not to be serious about anything. Normally, when I'm at the laundromat and I'm just doing some sketching while I'm at the laundry, I'm either trying to draw a template for the next challenge or trying to clean up one of the art prompts for one of the challenges I'm already on. This time, I was just sketching something stupid. I was just sketching something random. I just took an image as a reference and started to try to make something based off of it. You'll never see that image, but I was kind of impressed with how I went about it and how it looked afterwards. And I realized a lot of what I've been drawing, I've been just kind of doing a base outline and then immediately coloring it and trying to go from there. When I see a lot of sketching and practicing where they actually have the person in enough detail where you only color it because you just want to add more to it, but you could leave it black and white and it would still be amazing looking. And I haven't quite been doing that. Or at least I don't. I think that, yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where I realized I maybe need to step back, and instead of trying so hard to be digitally color everything, I need to work on my form, shading, lining, really getting expression and form showing through actual line sketches and drawing rather than just coloring the hell out of it. So today, when I was trying to decide what to draw because I admit I was also tired and I couldn't think straight. I eventually came up with something. I just did a pencil. I did the pencil outlining, and then just kind of cleaned up the pencil outline. Used a little bit of light pencil coloring. This is digital, by the way, I might add. But I only used the pencil tool. I only used the pencil tool for the most part, and I drew this instead. I just did this. I didn't color it heavily. I didn't make any heavy shaders or just doing quick paint down swatches. I just went through. I shaded the dark parts of the mane a little bit. I shaded the monster here a light color just so you can differentiate between the two because they basically run on top of each other. And just kind of worked on how the body form should be again and how it should look, essentially. Kind of taking a step back and working more on how I wanted the art to express rather than how I want it to be colored.
That's a good idea.
So yeah, we have
gum monster just thick smooth.
Yeah, honestly, isn't the thick smooth anything more than a gum monster?
I would say yes, but I don't want to commit to if you chew on the smooth, it won't kill you. Because I don't know that.
I don't know that either, and I am not going to try it. That is like the ultimate form of ABC gum. It is literally rolling on the floor. It is literally nothing rolling on the floor. I don't know if the smooth would kill you or whatever it's picked up would kill you. Because I doubt that thing is clean.
Well, we know the ingredients. Aside from what it's picked up on its journey.
Depends on which smooth you're talking about, to be honest.
That's true. If we're talking G1 smooth, that is different from G4 smooth. It's changed color, it's changed form, We don't know what it is.
You probably
Change personality.
giving a thought
True.
though. Giving a thought though, you probably could chew the smooze, because it has enveloped creatures, and when it's finally let them go, I mean they're not great. They're not in great condition, but they're alive and not poisoned. So you probably
mission to y'all listening in the audience: if you get like swallowed up by the smooze, try getting a mouthful. Give it a chew. Tell us what you think.
Or you could drown in its liquid inside out, which is not
Hey,
fun.
you think you're awesome? You think you're cool? Well, have you chewed the smooze? Oh my god, what have we done?
Let's move on from this thought now. I'm sorry I made it.
Yeah, but yeah, I got Circuit with a laser gun shooting at a gum monster. I realized I had some I'm realizing where I had my problems with the back portion here. I thought I got the leg kind of alright, but yeah, it's kind of wonky here, and I realized I got the mane a little off there with how the part should actually be like right back here in this area, but it's the fact is that I'm literally nitpicking at this point. It's not major problems, it's little nitpicks. The hoof holding the laser gun, that one was a little bit trickier too. I don't know. Arms and legs I'm still having major issues with. I'm getting better, but oh dear world, they are tricky. They are tricking me out, man. And potus are easier because it's not even like you have to do fingers. You just have to get the freaking arm. Anyway, yeah, laser gun. And gun monster.
Mhm.
But I am happy with how I did this overall. I am absolutely happy, and it feels cleaner. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels cleaner somehow, or it feels better.
It's stripping away all the technicalities of it needs to have color versus let's just see what we can do.
Well, it might also just be the roughness of the sketching as opposed to like straight clean line art and clean colors without any roughness to them. Because yeah, I mean, you look at the pencil, you can see splotches, you can see splits, you got lines going all crisscrossy all over the place. You know, it's interesting to say the absolute least, and I don't hate it at all. I'm granted, I wish I would have worked on the back a little bit more. Anyway, but like I said, I'm also dirt tired, so I'm glad I was able to pull this off, even in my tired and weird and kind of confused. But if you guys want something that is clean line arting and constant insanity here, I also did this the week prior. This one, of course, is draw a pony celebrating a birthday. I don't know why I figured Celestia celebrating birthday would be funny, and what better way than a cake with so many candles it's practically on fire.
Hell yeah.
But this is also where I got thinking about my pencil drawing and everything, because I tried so hard to get Celestia to look like she's surprised. I forgot to lighten up her eyes. I just realized that. But,
Yeah, how old are you? Old enough to burn the cake down.
But yeah, I mean, she looks just mildly perturbed or something. She does not look surprised or like freaked out or anything. She just looks like quietly stunned. And I think that's when I realized I needed to work a lot more on how the drawings and the sketching and everything do. So yeah, there's a method to the insanity here. It's just really, really, really hard to express. Anyway, of course, this has been a busy week for a lot of people, so this is all we have. So I hope you enjoyed my attempts at continuing to further my artistic abilities. But of course, we are still going to do what we do best, which is try to inspire all of you to continue with your own creative processes and allow yourself to be creative in any way you can. And what better way than our picker wheel and our chance for everybody to come up with their challenge of the week. And why are we starting with smooth flavored bubblegum? Because I started this.
Oh, I am so glad.
If you'd like to show off from the con chat, I'm pretty sure it was between Toa and me at the end there, which ended
Right!
up with the little me pizza.
You are absolutely right.
Yep.
Yes.
It was. Oh, I was saying just the cropped out at the end there, because
It's fun to get the
Toa
context.
left me that, and I just had to fill myself in.
It's fun to get the
Pizza.
Yep.
context. I don't think we got the
Pizza.
context though.
Okay, this was compliment.
Yeah, this was the one where first person draws a thing, second person draws on top of that, third person only gets the thing second person drew.
Oh, ooh, we might have to do that sometime. That actually sounds fun.
Yep.
We've done that a few times,
And
but
like
more so
he
we've
said,
done
the CMC.
more so we've done the one that starts with one person draws something and everyone gets that as their starter.
Mm.
Yep.
And here's our little pizza guy. Pizza guy. Ha! I love it. But yeah, everybody get your prompts in as we're going through this real fast, because we will be adding them in just a quickie moment. It's also really cool. It looks like Rainstorm got the Congo line dream that they wanted. Managed to pull off a 64-person Congo line.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which
We nearly got across the map.
Which honestly, I love this. I love this, but at the same time, I'm terrified because
I had to adjust because I was up there booping the bunnies, and they told me to move to get in the line.
I
got on that. I was dragged.
I'm just terrified because I'm just thinking, okay, wait a minute. I was doing a panel and I forgot that that Ponytown was doing this too, and yet so many people in Ponytown doing this, and I'm talking about, oh, here's a character that you only see once in a show. It's like, what am I doing?
If it makes you feel better in a second, this was the concert area. Everything else was streamed to Twitch.
Oh, that disappoints me a little bit now.
Aw.
But that's so cool. It is still, either way, it's cool.
Well, it's one of those things that we have to find a way of streaming two events at the same time.
No, I get it, and I guess multiple Twitch channel isn't the best option at times.
Also, Twitch and the music thing, and we are smart enough to go, yeah, no, it's better to throw the content on YouTube.
No, I am impressed. I am impressed.
But if we expand further, we'll need more channels.
Yep.
But I mean,
But that is a problem.
I think there were thoughts of getting the gaming onto its own channel as well.
Probably put it on
That'll
Kick,
be
maybe.
fun.
Alright, well, let's get back into the picker wheel. Because we did get some prompts in while we were goofing around there. So we got the sun is a deadly laser. Tax day. Remember to do your taxes. If you're in the United States, you literally have, I think, about a week left, if that. Tired? Expressional maths. Why is it my insanities are the thing that causes things to come up? Meet, vroom, vroom.
You said try to make something interesting with math, so my brain said, okay, let's just put that in. See what people do.
I know, but I'm literally running off of a stream of tired consciousness.
I'm sorry,
at this point.
if you put a 22 too close together, what do you get?
A potato sack.
A butt.
Oh, well, I guess you do. Alright, so...
You just have to connect some lines.
Now, if you haven't thrown in yet, everybody gets a chance to put onto here. You only get one prompt that gets in, but everybody gets one prompt. These will be randomized and spun on. So no favoritism, no putting somebody in a certain spot so they win. There is no way to take advantage of this. Everybody has an equal opportunity and playing field.
These are some fun ones.
They really are. It's kind of funny how my insanity can cause this, but I'll take it.
Unfortunately, we don't keep track of these to go back through some of them.
Technically, we do. They're
That means
always
going through every stream.
well. I mean, the art itself, yeah. That's on me a little bit because I always encourage people to post their art and stuff in like Tumblrs or Twitter or
No.
Blue Sky.
I mean, some of the unused prompts.
Oh, the
thoughts.
unused. Okay, yeah, no, the unused ones. Yeah, that is a little bit of a bummer. At the same time, I feel like that's what kind of gives it its thrill because it's kind of the spur of the moment thing. Somebody
Yeah.
getting random smooth flavored bubble gum, probably like 3 months down the line when we've completely forgotten the conversation, or expressional maths would probably make us kind of like raise an eyebrow, like what the hell were we on?
Yes, but then what would you have to come up with to make it make sense?
You know what? There's a challenge for everybody. Try to remember one of your prompts from several months ago, and then bringing it back up just to see if we one remember what in the world that's about, and two see what we come up with it. Anyway, let's go ahead and randomize and spin. I think everybody who wanted to get in has had enough time to get in. Well, if this doesn't express the entirety of the show today, I don't know what does. Tired. Simple, effective, right to the point. Next week's challenge is tired. But we do have a protest initiative challenge if you're not feeling that tired.
The protest initiative challenge this week is eyes.
The eyes have it.
Tired
Eyes.
eyes.
What kind of eyes? EYE or AYE?
Or maybe just an eye.
You know the
I
seers,
was just so tired.
the thingies that see stuff. Eyes.
So EYE.
Yeah.